Love and hip-hop fans, brace yourselves, because what just went down behind the scenes has officially shattered the entire cast dynamic. Mona Scott, the mastermind behind the show, has dropped the hammer in a way no one saw coming, banning Mendeecees and Selma Slims for life. After discovering their explosive secret affair that's been hiding in plain sight, this isn't just another messy storyline, this is career-ending chaos. Mendeecees, who fought hard to rebuild his life and image after prison, has now thrown it all away in one reckless move. Sources say Mona Scott was so furious when she found out that she called security to escort him off set in front of everyone. Cast members were frozen in shock, and Yandi, she reportedly collapsed in tears, screaming, "He embarrassed me again on camera in front of the world." But here's where things get even crazier. Leaked production notes and crew messages reveal that the entire scandal started during a late-night hotel shoot in Atlanta, where Mendeecees and Selma were caught red-handed. The producers thought they could bury the footage, but once Mona got her hands on it, everything changed. Now, VH1 insiders are saying Mona isn't done. She's planning to air uncut clips from that fateful night as a lesson to the rest of the cast. The internet's already calling it the biggest love and hip-hop betrayal since Joe's Line and Stevie J. And trust me, this is just the beginning. The love and hip-hop universe just got hit with a bombshell that's left everyone speechless. Mona Scott has officially banned Mendeecees and Selma from the show forever after their secret affair was exposed. What started as whispers behind the scenes has exploded into one of the most shocking betrayals in franchise history. It all began with quiet rumors floating around the production crew, whispers that Mendeecees had been spending a little too much time with Selma Slims off camera. At first, no one wanted to believe it. Mendeecees was supposed to be the reformed man, the one who came back to love and hip-hop with a clean image and a renewed sense of loyalty to his wife, Yandi Smith. But the truth was dirtier than anyone imagined. Multiple insiders claim that Mona Scott herself got tipped off by a production assistant who allegedly walked in on Mendeecees and Selma in a compromising position during a late-night shoot in Atlanta. The crew had been filming bonus content for the new season, and apparently the cameras had stopped rolling, but the drama didn't. It was wild, one source said. You could hear them arguing, then laughing, then it got real quiet. When people checked, it was too late. Everyone knew what just happened. Yandi was completely blindsided. She reportedly found out not from Mendeecees, but from another cast member. And when she confronted Mona Scott, that's when everything changed. Mona had always stood by Mendeecees, even through his time behind bars and his rocky return to the spotlight. But this time, she was done. According to insiders, Mona called an emergency meeting with VH1 executives the same night the footage leaked internally. She said the brand was on the line. One insider revealed she couldn't have another scandal tearing apart the show's credibility. Within days, Mendeecees' name was quietly removed from filming schedules, and Selma's scenes were reportedly cut out from several upcoming episodes. The set was in chaos, cast members were whispering, producers were panicking, and Yandi, she was spiraling. Cameras caught her breaking down in her dressing room, crying out, "After everything I gave up for him, this is how he repays me." But things got worse when fans noticed Mendeecees' social media activity. He went silent for 2 days, then suddenly posted a cryptic message. "Not everything you hear is true. Some things just misunderstood love." That post only fueled the fire. Screenshots surfaced showing flirty late-night messages between him and Selma, including one that said, "I can't stop thinking about that night." By the time Mona Scott addressed the situation, the damage was already done. "We take professionalism seriously," she said in a brief statement to the press. "Certain boundaries were crossed that violated our policies and values. As a result, both parties will no longer be part of the franchise moving forward." That single statement sent shockwaves through the entire love and hip-hop fandom. Mendeecees, a longtime face of the show, and Selma, a rising star, both gone in one swift move. But behind the cameras, there's still more to the story, because word is, Mona might have more footage that hasn't been released yet. And if that footage ever leaks, it could ruin everything. When the news first broke, nobody wanted to believe it. Mendeecees, one of the OGs of love and hip-hop. The family man, the comeback story exposed in a scandal this wild. It just didn't make sense. But Mona Scott Young is not known for tolerating betrayal, especially when it threatens the brand she built from the ground up. According to insiders, everything started unraveling the moment Mona received an anonymous tip with what appeared to be hotel security footage showing Ike Dacis entering a luxury suite with none other than Selma Slims. Late at night, hours after filming wrapped, what happened next sent shockwaves through production. Mona immediately halted all ongoing shoots and called an emergency meeting with the producers, demanding every bit of footage, text, and mic audio from that night. "Find me everything, I want it all," she reportedly said, slamming her phone on the table. Within hours, they found enough to confirm her worst suspicion. Mendeecees had crossed the line, not only personally but professionally. Selma, who had joined the show to boost her music career and her visibility, had always been seen as charismatic and confident. But the rumors of her getting too close to male castmates had followed her from the beginning. This time, though, it wasn't gossip. According to crew members who spoke off the record, Mendeecees and Selma's chemistry had become undeniable. It was like watching tension explode, one crew member said. They'd flirt when the cameras weren't rolling, whisper things, touch hands. But we never thought it would actually go there. When the security footage leaked to production, it showed Mendeecees leaving Selma's room the next morning wearing the same clothes from the night before. And that's when Mona lost it. Word spread fast through the cast group chat. Carly Red was the first to react, texting a long voice note filled with disbelief. "Nah, Mona ain't playing this time. Mendeecees just ended his own career. Selma too. They done messed with the wrong woman." Even Erica Mena, who had her own messy past with cast scandals, chimed in saying, "This is bigger than cheating. This is disrespect to the entire show." Meanwhile, Yandi Smith had no idea what was going on until Mona called her personally. Sources say the call lasted less than 2 minutes, and when it ended, Yandi was left in total shock. Mona reportedly told her, "I'm sorry you have to hear it like this, but you deserve to know. I'm pulling Mendeecees and Selma from the show permanently." And Yandi. There's footage. Yandi's reaction was devastating. Friends close to her said she was hysterical, crying uncontrollably, repeating, "Not again. Not after everything I stood by him for." She had forgiven Mendeecees for so much in the past. The jail time, the rumors, the distance. But this felt like the ultimate betrayal. And to make matters worse, she knew millions of viewers were about to see the evidence for themselves. Behind the scenes, Mona faced her own internal war. As a producer, she knew controversy brought ratings. But this time, she said it wasn't about that. She reportedly told her staff, "We're not turning this into a storyline. This is a violation. A disrespect to the brand, to the cast, and to Yandi." So she made the call. Both Mendeecees and Selma were to be banned for life from the Love and Hip Hop franchise. No spin-offs, no cameos, no reunion invites. She even instructed editors to cut their remaining scenes from the upcoming season, leaving entire storylines unfinished. The day they were escorted off set has now become infamous among crew members. According to eyewitnesses, Mendeecees tried to plead his case, saying, "Mona, this ain't what it looks like." But she wasn't having it. Security was already on standby and cameras rolled as he packed up his things. Selma, on the other hand, didn't say a word. She simply kept her head down and walked away. Hours later, social media exploded. Fans noticed Mendeecees and Selma's sudden disappearance from filming updates and started speculating online. Within minutes, the hashtags #Mendeecees and #SelmaSlims scandal began trending. Some fans defended Yandi, calling her the strongest woman in reality TV, while others accused Mona of using the situation for ratings. But then came the bombshell. Mona's team released an official statement confirming the permanent ban. The statement read, effective immediately. Mendeecees Harris and Selma Slims will no longer be affiliated with the Love and Hip Hop franchise due to violations of production ethics and breach of professional conduct. We wish them the best in their future endeavors. That one paragraph broke the internet. While Mendeecees stayed silent, Selma couldn't. She went live on Instagram, visibly upset, saying, "Y'all don't even know the truth. They edited everything to make me look bad. I didn't ruin nothing. We were just close, and people made it into something it wasn't." But fans didn't buy it. Comments flooded in calling her a homewrecker, a liar, and a career killer. Yandi, on the other hand, went dark for 3 days. No posts, no stories, no appearances. When she finally resurfaced, she posted a single black screen with the caption, "Some things can't be forgiven." That was all she needed to say. The world got the message. Meanwhile, VH1 executives scrambled to rewrite the rest of the season. Scenes involving Mendeecees had to be re-edited, and producers debated whether to air the footage that started it all. Mona, however, made the final call. She would release it, but in a special behind-the-scenes expose episode that would show exactly how the truth came out. The teaser clip already had millions of views in 24 hours. The narration promised never before seen footage, including the hotel night that ended too. Careers. Fans were stunned. The same show that made Mendeecees a household name was now broadcasting his downfall by the end of that week. Yandi reportedly began preparing legal action, not against Mona, but against Mendeecees. "She wants answers," said one insider. "She feels like he humiliated her in front of the entire world, and she's not just going to walk away quietly this time." And as for Mona, insiders say she's already planning to replace both Mendeecees and Selma with new cast members to reset the energy of the show. But even with them gone, one thing is certain. This scandal has changed love and hip-hop forever. Because for Mona Scott, loyalty to the brand will always come before loyalty to anyone, even the stars who helped build it. The fallout from Mona Scott's decision to permanently ban Mendeecees and Selma Slims didn't just rattle the Love and Hip-Hop cast, it sent a shockwave through the entire reality TV world. Nobody expected that two of the show's key figures could be erased overnight. But what happened next showed just how deep the damage went. Not just professionally, but personally, emotionally, and financially. After Mona's statement went public, Mendeecees found himself completely isolated. Sponsors dropped him within hours, and collaborations that were set to launch this year were quietly canceled. Even some of his closest friends in the industry began distancing themselves. He played himself, one insider told the Shade Room. He had a second chance at life, at fame, and he blew it for something that lasted one night. What made things worse was that Mona refused to take calls from him. Sources say he tried to reach out multiple times, even offering to do an on-camera apology, but she was firm. "Once you cross that line, there's no coming back." That statement quickly became one of the most quoted lines of the week. Meanwhile, Yandi was left to deal with the emotional wreckage. For years, she had built her image as the strong, loyal partner who stood by Mendeecees through thick and thin. She defended him when he was locked up. She raised their kids alone. She carried the family's name on her back. But this time, she wasn't defending him. She was mourning the person she thought she knew. Close friends revealed that Yandi refused to film for days. And when she finally did return, it was raw and emotional. Cameras captured her crying in her dressing room, saying, "I can't believe he did this to me again. How many times do I have to start over?" That scene reportedly brought the crew to tears. It wasn't for drama. Was real pain. And while Yandi's heartbreak drew sympathy, Selma Slims faced the opposite. Her phone was blowing up with hate messages. Her social media following dropped overnight, and venues began pulling her from scheduled performances. Industry blogs called her the most hated woman in reality TV, and she couldn't escape the backlash. "They made me the villain," she said in one deleted tweet. But nobody's perfect. Y'all just love to watch people fall. Behind the scenes, Mona Scott began putting together this special Band Forever, the Untold Story episode, promising fans a never-before-seen look at the scandal that changed everything. The footage reportedly included not just the infamous hotel night, but also audio clips from private cast meetings, confessionals that were never aired, and a tense moment where Mona confronted Selma on set. When the special finally aired, it became one of the highest-rated episodes in franchise history. The first half showed the moments leading up to the scandal, Mendeecees and Selma laughing together at a cast party, sneaking side glances, whispering off camera. Then came the footage no one was ready for, the hotel hallway clip, showing Mendeecees walking into Selma's room, followed by the time-stamped exit the next morning. The silence on social media afterward was deafening. Fans didn't know what to say. Even those who had defended Mendeecees before now admitted there was no way to spin it. The evidence was clear, and Mona's decision suddenly made perfect sense. After the episode aired, Mendeecees finally broke his silence in a somber Instagram Live. His face looked tired and his tone was broken. "I messed up," he said quietly. "I hurt my family, my wife, and I disrespected my blessings." Mona had every right to do what she did. "I can't take it back. All I can do is learn from it." His comments flooded with mixed reactions. Some fans offered forgiveness, while others said it was too little, too late. Selma, on the other hand, tried to fight back. In an exclusive interview with an online magazine, she claimed she was set up by producers who wanted drama. "They pushed us together. They knew what they were doing," she alleged. "They filmed everything, but made it look one-sided. I'm not a homewrecker. I'm a pawn in Mona's game." But even her public defense couldn't change the tide. Fans didn't believe her, and the industry quietly shut its doors. Meanwhile, Yandi's response became the moment that truly defined the entire scandal. She returned to Instagram Live a week later, looking composed but heartbroken. "I'm not going to sit here and bash anybody," she said. "But when someone shows you who they are, believe them. I built a home, a family, a legacy with this man. And he threw it all away for attention, for temptation. But this pain, it's not going to break me. It's going to rebuild me." Her words went viral instantly. Even celebrities outside the love and hip-hop circle, from Tamar Braxton to Cardi B, reposted her clip, calling her a woman of strength and grace. Within 48 hours, Yandi's following had grown by hundreds of thousands, and she became a trending topic across every platform. As for Mona Scott, her reputation as the Iron Queen of reality TV only grew stronger. She appeared on The Breakfast Club days later, addressing the situation directly. "This show is built on real lives, real stories," she said. "But when you cross certain boundaries, when you compromise the integrity of the production, it's done. I can forgive mistakes, but not deception." That interview alone confirmed what everyone suspected. Mona had no regrets. She even hinted at bringing in new blood to replace the fallen stars, teasing, "Let's just say season 14 is going to look very different and a lot more real." Months later, the aftershocks were still being felt. Mendeecees quietly relocated, stepping out of the public eye. Selma tried to rebrand herself musically, releasing a single titled Unbothered, but it flopped instantly, flooded with negative comments, calling her the reason Yandi cried. Yandi, on the other hand, transformed her pain into purpose, launching a women's empowerment tour called Stronger After the Storm. And though Mona banned Mendeecees and Selma for life, insiders say she's never deleted their files. Mona keeps everything, one producer revealed. She says it's a lesson, a reminder that fame can vanish in a second when you forget who gave it to you.
In the end, this wasn't just another love and hip-hop scandal. It was a wake-up call for everyone in the industry. A reminder that secrets don't stay buried. And when you play with fire in Mona Scott's world, you're bound to get burned. And as Yandi said in her final confessional that season, looking straight into the camera, "Let them ban whoever they need to. I'm still standing. And that's what makes me unstoppable." And just like that, 2 careers gone in a flash and 1 woman rising stronger than ever. Mona Scott made it crystal clear that loyalty and integrity come before fame. And Yandi proved that no betrayal can break a real queen. But what do you think? Did Mona do the right thing by banning Mendeecees and Selma forever, or did she go too far? And do you believe Selma's claim that she was set up, or is she just trying to save face after getting caught? Drop your thoughts down below. We're reading every comment. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell so you never miss another wild love and hip-hop update, right here on Trends Celeb, where the truth always comes with receipts.